Are you thinking about buying an Apple Watch right now? If you are, stop. Don't do it. Watch this video first or you might regret it. We're going to cover the rumors for the upcoming Series 11, Apple Watch Ultra 3, and the SE. So watching this and waiting, you might end up getting more features for your money. I'll also cover some of the features that are coming to watchOS 26. If after this video, none of the updates sound interesting, if you do want to still pick up one of the current models, I will put links in the description that will save you quite a bit. And I'll talk about that also at the end. Now, if you like this kind of video and you want to hear about these watches when the new watches when they come out, because I will be picking them up, definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those videos. Now, a big reason you should wait is that the Apple event that typically happens where Apple announces new iPhones and with that new Apple Watches is just about a month away. It is supposedly on September 9th, and if they do announce new Apple Watches, the 12th would typically be when you could pre-order them, and then the following week on the 18th is when they should be delivered. Before I get into the Series 11, I did want to let you guys know I really like the Series 10. I would say it's my favorite Apple Watch. They did make some changes to it where it has a brighter screen with a faster refresh so it can do the second hand on it. It has the largest screen out of any of the Apple Watches. This has a bigger case, but the screen size is actually smaller than the Series 10. It is 10% thinner, so it sits on the wrist a little tighter, and it has a jet glossy black finish. If you'd like to learn about that jet black with the glossy finish, how it's held up, I did make a video that I'll put down in the description and at the end of this one that covers how mine is held up over the past 8 months. I've been really happy with this watch. And I went through those different features because supposedly this Series 11 isn't going to get much of an upgrade, or really isn't going to get a design upgrade. Typically, Apple sticks with the same design for a few years. So I wouldn't expect any big changes. Who knows? They might get rid of the jet black. I hope they don't, because if I'll order the Series 11 in the same color. The rumored upgrades to expect is a new S11 chip, which would be supposedly not a little bit faster. Tends not to be big differences between the different chips, but something to think about. If you have an Apple Watch Series 9 or higher, those chips in them are capable of doing some stuff on device with Siri. So if you ask Siri to start a workout or different requests, some of those can be handled on device instead of having to connect to your phone to handle it, which just speeds up the process, but not everything can be handled on device. So something to think about if you have a slower Apple Watch and you do use Siri, it might be worth doing the upgrade. If you're someone who uses cellular, the Series 11 is supposed to get 5G. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make. I use cellular on my Ultra and everything I need to do with it seems fine with LTE, but if you need that, could be good. There's also rumors of a blood pressure sensor coming to the Series 11 that would alert you if your blood pressure is too high or low. There's also rumor that might only be coming to the Ultra, which would make sense because they need something to justify taking that big price jump other than durability. One rumor that I don't see very likely is that this will get micro LED for the screen. With the redesign they did last year, I don't see that happening. That might be in future models or not at all. There's also talk that the new S11 chip could bring more AI features. And I don't think it's going to do Apple Intelligence on device because of how much power that needs. But yeah, you might get an enhanced Siri, the thing Apple's been talking about for over a year that hasn't happened. That may happen it's supposed to happen next year. There's a 100% chance that there is a chance that it will happen next year, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Now, if you're on the fence and upgrading, I do recommend getting devices that can support Apple Intelligence, especially if you're going to hold on to your devices for a while. I know it's not useful now, but it won't always not be useful. At some point it will be. And it's a little disappointing if you are on the fence and you don't have that newer capable technology. Now let's talk about the Ultra 3. This is supposed to see the biggest change. Apple really needs to do more than a color update to get people to upgrade from an $800 watch. Last year, they put a black version out. I think they updated the processor, but not much happened. Now, supposedly, there's a larger display coming, and the case possibly being thinner. The Apple Watch Series 10 added different charging coils, which helped make it thinner, but it also gave it a faster charging speed. So that supposedly is coming to the Ultra. The different display, even if it is not larger, the display that's on the Series 11 has the faster refresh, so it brings the second hand to it, and it has better off-axis viewing. So supposedly, at least that technology will come over to the Ultra. Other upgrades are the 5G support. There's supposed to be satellite connectivity. So I guess if you actually you do adventure stuff and out in the middle of nowhere, you could make contact with it. The processor is supposed to get updated with that S11, and Apple's really trying to make their devices all Apple Intelligence capable. Yeah. Again, there's talk of the blood pressure sensor on it, and it may be limited just to the Ultra to try to create more reason to go with this over the Series 11. Now, the Apple Watch SE. There's a rumor that they're going to make a plastic version. I don't know if that rumor is that it's meant to replace the aluminum version or if it's meant to make a more affordable Apple Watch SE. Personally, I think the plastic version would be good. My daughter's aluminum version is in great shape, and that's because they never wear it, which is frustrating after buying it. But I know personally, after having some aluminum Apple Watches, that if you do hit it into something, it is possible to ding it or put a good scratch into it. So it might be worth having a plastic version, especially if it's for kids. The SE is also supposed to get a processor update to keep in line with the Series 11 and the Ultra. There's also talk of a slightly larger screen, which would be nice. Bigger screens are always nicer to have. Another rumor is that it will get the heart rate sensor that it hasn't had. Now let's talk about watchOS 26. This is a redesign because it has the liquid glass look to it. And if you don't know what that means, Apple has, across their operating systems, implemented liquid glass that gives a more glass-like look to things. I don't know if we could see it. I'll have to show it up closer, but even unlocking the phone, the buttons look more glass-like now. On the Apple Watch, I don't notice it too much throughout. With the different look, it could take your existing Apple Watch, if you have a Series 6 or higher, an Ultra or an SE second generation, it might make your watch feel a little newer. Some of the features that are available in watchOS 26 are, for the newer watches, a flick gesture. So if you have a notification, you could give it a flick to dismiss it. There is an AI workout buddy. So if you run or you're doing exercise, you can turn on that workout buddy. I'll tell you you're doing a good job and help motivate you, let you know if you're running that you're beating your time. You just need that little extra motivation. You could use that. Personally, I can't see using that. Let me know. Would you like to have a AI workout buddy encourage you as you're going and help keep you motivated? Let us know in the comments section. Some of the other features coming is the redesigned workout app. Now with the workout app, you have in the four corners different options there. So instead of swiping over, you can hit the little music note and get right to the music options. In the corner, you can press the little timer looking thing, and you can pick what your goal is, whether it be time, distance, or any of that. You have the different workout views, so you can change up what metrics are being highlighted. In the other corner, you could hit it to turn on your workout buddy, and you could pick the kind of alerts. One of the ones I like that I think is a good upgrade is the Notes app. So if you tend to use Notes a lot, you could pop open the app, use dictation or the keyboard or swiping to be able to add things to your notes. So if you think of something, it's great to have the Notes app to add it to. I use the Notes app and dictation to write this whole script on the Apple Watch. That sounds painful, so I didn't do that. But I could if I wanted to. Some of the other upgrades that are coming, they're Smart Stack and notification upgrades. What'll happen is if there's things that you tend to do regularly, the watch can anticipate some of those things and give you a little pop-up on the screen to let you know, like, hey, you gotta go. Or with Smart Stacks, if you roll the crown up, it may show events or other things that you have going on or typically do. I turn that off because I like to have a widget there that shows some complications to access apps. I have my workout app and my messaging app so that I could just roll it up. And I can use a watch face that doesn't have a bunch of stuff on it. Another upgrade is live translation and messages. So if you get a message in a different language, it'll automatically convert it for you. There's also adaptive notification sounds so that if a notification comes in based on the surrounding volume, it'll adjust that alert. Personally, I like to keep mine silent, so I never have those notifications going off and instead just get the vibration on the wrist. The upgrades to watchOS 26 aren't huge. I mean, there's no features that really stand out that were game-changing for me. Now, my thoughts on getting an Apple Watch right now, when it comes to the regular Apple Watch, doesn't seem like a big year for upgrades. So it could be a good time to take advantage of deals like on Amazon. Regular Apple Watch, the Ultra, the SE has deals. So it could be a good time to take advantage of some of those deals. I don't want to suggest you go do that now because I would hate if Apple announced a feature that you'd love and you listened to me and you bought a watch and didn't wait. But you could watch the event on September 9th, see that there's nothing you need, no big features came out. Go right to Amazon after you come back to this video and use my link in the description. And you could go to Amazon and you can order the existing models now before they go out of stock. But I would say it's one of those years that for the regular watch doesn't sound like a big upgrade. When it comes to the Ultra, this is the one I really think you wait and see whether it's worth getting your first Ultra or upgrading. What are your thoughts on getting an Apple Watch now? What are you in the market for? What Apple Watch are you using? I've heard from folks that are using, that have gone from a Series 3 to a Series 10, and it's just been night and day difference for them. So let us know in the comments section. Now, if you made it this far, make sure to subscribe so you can check out the video on these Apple Watches when they come out. I'll definitely be getting the Series 11 because I told my wife I'd give her this one. The Ultra, it's going to have to be a good upgrade to be worth spending another $800. I'm not going to get the SE though. I won't be getting that one. But yeah, and if you can, give this video a like. It definitely helps the channel out. Check out these videos over here. There's one that will show you what the jet black Apple Watch looks like after 8 months of using it. I like it. Definitely my favorite Apple Watch. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.